Lucy, look at that comment on your post.
Excuse me. We're trying to run a professional ship here. Disrespecting me like that. Hello.
News to me, to be honest.
We know what sort of ship this is. A pirate one.
Yeah, it is literally a pirate ship.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even allowed to introduce my show anymore. We've spent 2 weeks waiting for this show, like,
It's because
hype
we
and ready,
saw-
and then you
Ollie,
ruin
we
it.
got this. We got it.
We've been
Welcome back
looking to
to
its
The boners,
so
huh?
much.
welcome back to DnD 5e hyphen Jarviskjir colon and others.
That hyphen.
semicolon.
You should
We're
respect.
we're actually on a brother's love. It's definitely a brother's love. That's why I'm shipping it as.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
like
the
it. As a
that's the
brother,
actual
I think
season
that's
name. I just didn't change that for posterity
Marketing.
reasons. Yeah. No, we are actually in a brother's love. Hi, hello, welcome to Jarviskjir Mother's Love. Because I know, yeah, that's the name of the fucking stream. Can I actually like do my spiel? No, I can't. Okay, let's just play a fucking game. Last week,
Fingers on lips.
sit down, fingers on lips. We. Last time, you dealt with the Medusa. I don't remember if that was last week or the week before. Last week you were playing. You dealt with the Medusa. Vale was turned to stone briefly. Don't worry, he got better. And you went to Thundrol, where there was a meeting of kings to discuss the problem of the usurper elves of the Drow. We had a bit of fun with that. You guys being definitely not the kind of people who are meant to be at a meeting of kings. And that meeting has come to a brief end with a robotic spider-like construct being crashing into the palace. In a few moments, we're going to actually go into a battle map. Is there anything any one of you want to like sort of bring? I think I forgot anything you want to say before like the action starts.
I don't think you forgot anything.
I think I got
think
the gist of it.
That was an accurate recounting.
Yeah, so it's hard after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My brain forgets a lot of the minor stuff.
Yeah,
but I think
100%. I forgot about the whole Medusa thing.
Are you sure that wasn't intentionally forgetting the whole?
I'm just that in character, guys.
You know, I was gonna go into this stream with such good energy, and then you guys fucked it up. It's all you. I want to see. I'm gonna see you all after class.
How about if we do this? We're sending you our energy.
Okay.
This is the spirit bomb.
I respect your fucking immediate giving up. Anyway, last session ended with a cliffhanger because they always do. With this construct crashing into the meeting of kings, and that's exactly where we're going to start off today. High octane, high energy. You guys are going to be giving me a initiative roll in a few moments. Can you please roll initiative?
That was a fast moment.
I
can.
It's almost like I've had 2 weeks to frickin' prepare. You know
I'm sorry.
the little
I'm sorry.
setup where it says it takes all of my patience is never more correct than today. Those are good initiative rolls. I have to do quite a few initiative rolls because there's a lot of NPCs, so give me a second.
Look at that sexy boy. I might just screenshot this.
For context, the character Tell here is Neil's first Jarviskjir character, which is why he's fucking gushing.
For old time's sake, I might have to accidentally hit him with a shadow bolt.
Accidentally.
I get to kill him. Is that allowed?
Yes,
I mean, you could. It's D&D.
Try, sure.
It's D&D. It's
Fair warning, though.
he just may have double the levels that you have. Yeah.
Tel was like 12th level when he retired. He could hand us our asses quite easily.
Yeah, you gotta remember that like everyone in this room is exceedingly high level.
Yeah, everyone in this room is.
This is a
better
very rare thing in Jarviskjir to actually
Yeah,
be outgunned.
we should probably run support for these guys.
I want to like kill him in classic Gilwyn grotesque style. Just like cock thrust my rapier through his good eye.
I mean, it's like every pulpy, movie. We definitely need an old good guy to become a bad guy,
And he's got the eye patch for it.
He's got that. Well,
Excuse me?
funnily
is
enough,
stigmatizing
there's some-
eye patches. Thank you very
there's
much.
some very old stories about that whole thing that are exceedingly interesting. I think I've got everything.
Oh man, I'm at the front.
Yeah, you weren't. So the reason why everyone's in that position is because it was actually Indira and Vale who were kind of like fronting this conversation. Indira had the heads. Serena was kind of off to the side, whereas Gilwyn, I imagine, would be with Vale, but not
Absolutely.
like actually talking. So I think this is
Serena was just off to the side being edgy and making stupid comments.
yes,
Going.
yes.
Every
Katy
second.
Perry.
Yeah, like
Thinking
the
about Slipknot.
Yeah.
Putting on black lipstick.
like a little
More like Nightwish.
sprite
Huh?
that constantly does like a sassy hair flick every few seconds.
So in the dream of Jarviskjir animated, I can imagine this scene with Serena like slightly out of focus in the background, just like all the time. As this thing, so there's a loud crash. The stained glass window at the back of this chamber explodes open as this ovaloid shape of this chromatic metal slams into the room. As everyone kind of draws their weapons, this shape slowly starts to shift and move and become this sleek, spider-like construct. I'm not talking clockwork or anything like this. It's just sort of like more like a T-1000. It's moving, living metal with these light red eyes that kind of beam down brightly as it kind of clearly scans everyone else in the room. These smaller spiders are kind of like pouring off the underside of this thing as everyone gets ready. Actually, the first person who's initiative is the King of Aradia, the Evergreen King, who was there with this cloak of leaves and this wooden shield with a maiden's face on it. And he will immediately draw his sword, which kind of glows with a slight blue light, and step around in front of the King of Thundrel. And being more of a knightly kind of character, immediately taking a defensive stance over, this is his country, assuming he's the one under attack here. Funnily enough, in this room of kings and lords, next up is Gilwyn.
Hi.
Cool. Just to make sure.
Oh, and to remind you, behind the throne is a waterfall. That wasn't on the map for the stream for a second.
3 chat. Okay. So I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level at this chap, of course.
Okay. The question is, are you going to hit?
No. I'm going to look that, please.
Yeah?
Oh!
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to look it. Please. For the love of fucking God.
You play a small, minute music on Soul Mender, and the bolt of white light kind of leaches from the white wood towards this spidery creature, and the bolt kind of arcs around it and off and hits the ground.
Okay. Fuck. I will step away from Phil. so I can let him do his business. In fact, I'll do one of these and end my turn there.
Okie dokie.
I'll go into defense mode.
Oh boy,
Use defense ball, defense curl.
Defense kill.
Yeah, because Gilwyn's basically Maril, right?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah. some water gun, one a pound, like pathetic melee attack.
No, I'm Jigglypuff from the anime with the microphone, who just wants to sing.
You're too edgy. Goth Jigglypuff.
Our boy Aaron, Aaron Alis, who's not a king like a lot of these people. He's a prince. Does draw a sword, but also kind of makes this holy motion in front of his body. Vale would be the only person to really recognize this. Maybe Gilwyn. But this kind of star-shaped motion across his body. And Indira, Vale, and Gilwyn are actually bolstered by holy light as he casts aid on the three of you, giving you an increased hit point maximum of 10. So basically, your maximum HP increases by 10 for 8 hours.
Memories at night.
So we're given the 10 and the maximum, or just we've got.
You're given both. You're
But
given both.
remember your previous maximum.
Right.
The easiest thing to do in your
Is just increase it by 10 beyond your normal health.
Yeah.
if you type in like whatever it is plus 10, then it should show up properly on the thing.
Yeah, no, it's totally doable. It's all up to you how you want to do it, as long as you don't remember that this isn't permanent. And that's what he's going to do. The King of Thundrel himself had this staff with this yellow diamond atop of it, which he kind of brings up as he's moves, and the water from the waterfall actually kind of twists and moves and actually forms this protective barrier around him. I'm not talking like, a shield, like it's almost an opaque ball of water, rushing water that surrounds him completely. This being his throne room, this seems to be some sort of protective magic designed for if there was an attempt on his life.
It's a good move, really.
It explains why there was no guards in here. Next up is the small spiders.
What? Something for us to do, eh? Small spiders. Oh god, I can barely see them.
I have to be honest, that straight up looks like pubes.
You have spiders for pubes.
No, that looks like pubes. Look at it.
You outed yourself. It doesn't look like pubes.
Yes,
That's you.
it does.
No.
Chat, you can have a vote. The first swarm of these tiny mechanical spiders, each one no bigger than a silver piece. And again, they're not clockwork, they're just this kind of chromatic metal that's so shiny, it's reflecting the entirety of this room. They move as one cohesive unit, starting to crawl up the back of your legs, Gilwyn, as they surround you. And the other one kind of sweeps around the side of the room. Next up, Vale.
Vale! Can I pass through you, Indira?
Yes.
She's nodding her head to show yes. Let the record show.
And I'm gonna empty spiders on the end of my rapier.
It's the only way.
I'm glad you enjoyed that, Dean.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. That's all I need. Get snuck upon, wee spidlerinos.
No, luckily they have resistance.
All 37 spiders are like,
I'm so surprised.
Oh shit! Jeff, no!
You start jabbing away at the swarm of spiders, and they kind of like burst when you hit them into this kind of watery liquid metal. I mean, as you're describing, it's not very easy to attack a swarm of small creatures. They are still bolstered and high in number.
That's right, because I've got a trick up my sleeve.
Oh, do you?
insecticide.
Yeah, I wish I carried some. No, I don't have a trick on my sleeve because I lost it all when I dropped all my stuff. my sweet, sweet caltrops.
Oh, that'd be good against. Something
Yeah, I
like
know,
that.
right? Give them difficult terrain to climb up. I guess I'll just stab some more with my parry attack.
Yeah,
Feels so dumb. Just like
that's a miss.
I don't think I'll hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are made of metal.
Yeah, exactly. Next up is the spider itself, which again, it's kind of tall on these sharp, spindly legs. And it's looking around and will start bounding gracefully through the room. Its eyes clearly looking at the group of people before him, and it will straight up charge up to Indira and make attacks. Indira, what's your AC?
Sorry, I was being affectionate to chat. Give me 1 minute, and I will tell you.
Professional. Terrible.
I am the worst. It's 16.
Attacks with both attacks hit as it kind of charges into you, and all of its legs are sharp like blades, and it just almost like you are clearly not the quarry of this creature. It almost kind of tries to pull you away with its legs, which deal a dice that I can't see because I haven't played D&D for a while, and so my dice bag is definitely not just an area of my desk where I leave dice. Right. The first attack deals 16 slashing damage. The second
Okay.
dealing 13.
All right, taking the full brunt of that because I'm.
You haven't raged yet, yeah, exactly.
So 29.
Get her. Kill her.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, you're meant to be rooting for your teammates.
I've been jammed.
Turned. The then as it kind of pulls you away, it doesn't get you completely out of the way, because Indira is a tough cookie. The kind of multiple tiny eyes that seem to be light red gemstones, almost like a freaking Death Star. They kind of energy beams together in front of it, and then blasts into that wall of water created by the king, completely eradicating and actually knocking the King of Thundrel back into the throne with just the force, leaving this kind of smoking mess. Next up is Serena. There's the tiny spiders that Vale is trying to deal with. There's the giant one there.
Serena laughs and just says, "What convenient timing. I'm going to summon the Shark of Ill Omen. I want it on the other side to Indira so that it's flanking."
What's his name?
Funky.
Punky the Shark.
Funky the Shark, indeed. And initiative for Funky. That, I don't mind that.
What was it? 7? Okay.
And I am then going to send a Twisting Fellstorm basically directly across the spider. It's a spider. It probably has insane dex, but with disadvantage on the save, maybe I stand a chance.
You weave shadow magic, launching it towards this creature, and as the vortex kind of pushes through the room towards it, you see it bending around a sphere around the creature, and then just completely evaporating against it, as if it has some sort of magical barricade.
Legendary resistance, my friend.
Serena looks at that and then just sort of airily moves around the pillar and says, "Looks like I'm not going to be much use in this fight."
Indira!
You're
Alright,
lucky
so-
Vale's busy, or you'd have got sass.
I rage, and if you know Indira, you'll know that she's not mad because she's about to get in a fight. She's mad because she's being overlooked in a fight. She's like, "You don't want to fight me?" Like, she's mad about that. She's gonna hit this man.
That's funny.
Whoa.
You bring forth all of your might, and again, as it hits, and this will actually be at the same time as that field of shadow, kind of this spherical orb around the creature that only appears for a second as you crash that blade into it, completely absorbs all the damage.
It absorbs it?
All you see, as Indira not really being one to understand magic, is that the axe doesn't hit. It hits like a barrier around the creature. To Serena, who was weaving a spell at it, you kind of do see arcane marks kind of crisscross across it in a sphere.
Well, that just makes me madder, and I'm gonna hit it again.
Mm-hmm. This time the whole creature just kind of moves off to the side, making you just crash the axe down into priceless ancient mosaic artwork.
Oh, damn. Zappy boy.
Well, I've just sent a twisting fellstorm across ancient priceless mosaic artwork, so you know.
That's less offensive somehow.
It's less direct, right? You're like, oh no, my magic did that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's magic. Who can't control it? Oh no.
I'm just like, Indira Smith.
Ballard Rulius, Lord of the High Elves, very faded, very distant. While everyone has kind of got to their weapons and equipment, he's just kind of there in the back of the room. Admittedly in a more alert stance than before. But kind of mutters out these prayers in the very old ancient Elvish and actually casts Bless on everyone. So every single one of you have Bless on you, meaning you can add a d4 to your attack rolls or saving throws.
So he cast that at what, like 6th level or something ridiculous equivalent?
It's high.
It's high.
Next up, everyone's favorite party member, Punky the Shark.
Probably far more useful than Serena in this fight. Let's go with her.
I need to write him a theme tune.
He needs merchandise. We
That's
need a
right.
plushie Punky. I'm actually planning on drawing Punky when I have no commission.
Yay!
If Punky knocks the spider over,
It'd be brilliant. It'd be great. Again, because Serena is watching this, you see Punky's kind of teeth kind of crash into the back of this barrier. It just doesn't connect.
Okay. I know it's not exactly my turn, but while this is going on, I've seen now twice what seemed to be.
You can be an Arcana check if you're going down that route.
Well,
basically,
I'm more interested in. I was just wanted to shout something to Gilwyn.
Oh yeah,
but
you can. Speaking is a free action.
Yeah.
You can do that during anyone's turn. It's just usually easier to split it apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you do that, with this Arcana check, which kind of would have been on your turn, wibbly wobbly timey wimey, it's clear that this is not the creature's protection. The creature is fast. It's dodging Indira. But it does have this powerful magical barrier that's not just, a creature that has magic enhanced to its skin or scales or whatever. It's like a spell constant on this creature. It seems to be impervious.
I would call out. I would call out, Gilwyn. It might be worth attempting to dispel the magic on it.
Gilwyn is distracted by spiders. Telefenos.
Okay.
He's clutching a bundle of cloth, and from that cloth unsheaths a sword of light. This is light that's extremely blue. It kind of cascades color in a radius around him.
Look at this fucking guy.
my penis right now.
And dashes around, and actually kind of to Indira is like, don't worry, my lady, I have this. And swings, and then there's just a crashing noise that hits the barrier. Imagine freaking Thor hitting Captain America's shield. It's just like this big noise, but nothing happens.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, how do you like that?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. If that Vorpal sword can't go through it, nothing will. Don't worry. Wait, what?
The Evergreen King, kind of with a similar mindset, will step forward and will kind of almost do a stabbing motion with his sword and kind of hold it against the barrier, which makes it much more clear that this is this arcane barrier, 'cause he's like holding his blade against it. And he says out in common, because isn't it how many of you degenerates don't speak Elvish? We must keep this creature away from the king.
You're both kings.
But it's his country, you know.
I know.
Gilwin.
Hello. I'm immediately going to cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level. So
Okay.
3rd level.
Because you can't cast it at any other level.
I forget Dispel Magic is a range 120 feet. When
Oh,
I
wait,
was
no,
a wizard,
you can do 4th level spells, can you now?
Yes.
I always used to do it as touch because I like the idea of going. But yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, well, you don't want to touch that thing, do you? Jeez, look at it.
Can you give me an Arcana, a check? It's not an Arcana check. It's a are you Charisma or Wisdom? I generally don't remember.
Charisma.
Yeah, can you give me a Charisma
So
check?
1d20
please?
plus my Charisma mod.
Yeah, you can just do that like on the sheet.
Well,
What's
that's
your mod?
14 plus 4.
Okay.
18.
Okay. You channel your own magic into breaching this magic on the creature, and the arcane barrier kind of bursts with the sound of shattering glass.
I play the itsy bitsy spider on 1 string.
This is the opposite of an itsy bitsy spider, but yes.
Okay. So you say it shatters or like just
It, like the barrier completely shatters. Yeah.
and with my bonus action, I will cast Healing Word at Indira.
Okie dokie.
2nd level. Why not?
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Says, I noticed me.
That's a good heal.
Thanks, mister.
11, I think that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many books right now.
So many books.
So many books on the dance floor.
Excuse me?
Dean gets it.
I don't actually. It just made me laugh.
God damn it. Dean,
picture
you're meant to be
Deckard
cool.
The least cool one. Well,
Deckard Cain, least cool, excuse me?
I was going to say I'm the least cool one here, but I don't know about that.
Hi.
Hi there, I want to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
It's almost like trying to juggle this many NPCs is a little confusing. Am I like actually an idiot? Or do I just not remember the alphabet? There it is. Okay. No, yeah, this is bullshit. The book did something silly. That's why I'm confused.
The book did something silly.
It did. I can't say what it is because it's a spoiler to what specifically his staff is. But I am displeased.
I missed you, nerds.
But the King of Thundrel being knocked back into the throne after the blast of energy is going to cast a spell very clearly from his staff. You see arcane magic kind of weaving around him in a very wizardly way. I mean, admittedly, not many of you have seen much wizardly magic since, you know, Amelia. And he's going to cast Hold Monster. And the spider rolls a 1, so it is paralyzed. Alright. Seeing that. This swarm of spiders by you, Vale, is going to move past you. You get an attack of opportunity.
Swiggity swiggity. You get an attack of opportunity.
I like that. That's good. It's gold, Dean. Gold.
It is.
That's a hit.
Unfortunately, it's undeniably good.
It's like it's
That's
like
going on the
genuine,
Twitter
really good.
sphere
Yeah,
right now.
it's genuinely very good. And then the swarm of spiders will bite, start crawling up the King of Thundrel very clearly to ruin its concentration on the spell that is currently holding the giant liquid metal spider back. It's kind of like, you know, one claw up in the air, kind of creaking and moving. Unfortunately for you guys, they do ruin his concentration, so it does start moving again, kind of wasting a whole spell. But now I'm going to waste a whole spellcaster as the swarm of spiders starts attacking Gilwyn.
No.
That's going. Gilwyn, what's your AC?
It's Kakamala. It's 13.
Jeez. That's bad.
That's a hit. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
That's like if Ian's rolling luck was a number on AC, it would be a 13.
Hey.
That's a great waste of a 20. You take 8 piercing damage. And you kind of
Really
notice
wish you would have dodged that.
these creatures, you know, tiny like metal. It's like 1,000 pinpricks at once. They're like digging tiny metal fangs into your body through your armor.
Like your penis thing.
Yeah. Calls it the rapier. Long and thin and sharp. All right, Vale, your turn.
Haha! Now I have advantage on you, single spider swarm that I have flanking.
Blanking spider.
They're like, no, we all have to face the same direction. Right. And slash.
Oh!
Schwung.
Ah, yes, the encounter balanced for Neil Lark.
And there's 2 Neil characters here, so
That's rolling at 19. Someone gave me a keen rapier. It was Dane.
it's just like a dutty on fucking Vale. You get up here, and while the King of Thundrel is like trying to brush off the spiders, and Aaron is also helping with like gusts of wind that he kind of moves with his fingers. You get in and destroy the swarm.
Hey. Right, now I've moved. How far have I moved? I was there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonus action to dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have you surrounded.
That you do.
Please don't hit me though. Please, dude, be cool, yeah?
The giant liquid metal spider, which for a second was kind of frozen in space, you kind of could hear this almost like the sound of a big metal ship, the kind of metal creaking and groaning as it was unable to move due to the magic holding it still. That's no longer the case, and will actually make 2 attacks against Indira with its legs. Missing the first strike, as you can dodge out of the way, hitting the second, dealing... It's going to be 14 slashing damage.
No, it's not. It's going to be 7, you fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't hate the DM, hate the big metallic spider.
Your fuck was directed at the at the spider. All he knows.
You know, they used to call me the spider in high school due to my horrible deformities. Then it kind of rears back, the sort of beams of arcane magic forming at the front of the spider's pointed arrow-shaped head, and then this blast of just like wide beam of reddish magic just straight into the King of Radia, who kind of like holds the shield in place for a few seconds and it's like dragged backwards before it actually knocked back, his armor smoking, reduced to one knee.
Lucky his shield's not made of. Oh no!
It's not on fire. It's
I
smoking.
know. It's clearly not just basic wood, is it? Come on.
Can you imagine though?
Let's give the king a wooden shield. Oh, nice.
Serena.
I'm just gonna launch a prismatic blast at this, see if I can now actually hit the thing.
No.
I've got a D4 from Bless. I know it won't make a sonic difference, but I'm rolling it.
It wouldn't make a difference if you had a D10 from Bless.
I don't care.
Just destroy more of the room. You just throw wide, hit the pillar beside Gilwyn.
It's the thought that counts, you know? It's like
That's right.
empowering
it's the
to
thought
us
that
to
counts.
see you fight.
Right, I am just. Serena is just annoyed by this. I am going to quicken spell.
Oh, really?
Cast another one.
Sure.
Fuck me.
This time the blast actually hits the creature, and it doesn't hit a barrier or anything. It just rolls around them. You know, the magic kind of going off the glossy, almost like tiny scales of this glossy chromatic metal.
She after the launch of the second one, she just rolls her eyes and sort of slouches down a bit, like I can't be bothered with this anymore, sort of attitude.
I love Serena's attitude coupled with Ian's rolling. It tickles me.
But hey, next is Punky's turn. No, wait. Next is Indira's turn.
Yeah,
Nearly
you
skipped
skipped me.
Indira. Nearly skipped you.
Everybody's gonna
I
be really
realize.
mad. But Bay's bleeding now, so I'm gonna just absorb this attack of opportunity. End up over here.
Okay.
She can't help it.
It's gonna hit you.
Okay.
Dealing
I only got stabbed by a tattoo needle.
6 damage.
It doesn't matter. She's a
16,
barbarian
not
in love.
6. 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
Also, Barbarian in Love. Great name for a power ballad.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Also, just real quick, Ollie, it didn't change what happened, I don't think. My armor class is 14. I forgot to add a 1.
Yeah, that's fine. You're
All right.
still weak.
She takes her great axe and just takes the head of it and starts like smashing it down on the spiders.
Pulverize him. That's a hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I mean,
And then
is spiders
Again.
in it?
are they dead?
No.
Okay.
You're trying to
Then
attack a swarm of spiders with an axe. It's gonna take a bit.
She's smashing it with the flat way.
That
You
doesn't
need a precision
change the...
tool like a rapier for spiders. Come on.
And
You
then,
are crushing a huge
the
amount of them.
lightning.
No, the lightning's gonna deal full damage because it's lightning. If they didn't make a save, which they did.
You sure lightning is lightning?
Huh?
Not always.
Oh.
Magic the Gathering rules.
Oh no.
Yeah, the swarm of spiders is greatly reduced in number, and like as you're smashing them, it kind of splurt into this like liquid metal. Some of them are like crunched up on the end of the axe, but there's still a great number of them. Next up is Punky, everyone's favorite. We don't want to listen to Indira, we want to listen to Punky.
Sorry,
No
Punky.
longer has advantage. So.
I know, I left him high and dry.
He's never dry, he's a shark.
Well, you
That's
should
a hit.
hope-
Punky don't need no advantage. Go Punky!
Thank God we have Punky, right?
Punky is far more useful than Serena half the time.
Makes up for our lovesick barbarian.
I would say that Punky is magical attacks as well, so...
He's a magic shark.
He's a magic
Yeah.
shark. DC 13 strength saving throw.
Oh my God,
It makes
please.
it. No,
Oh,
it's a giant. It's a giant metal spider. There's Punky like bitten onto the end, like trying to twist. And it's just
Oh,
not
that's
doing
the cutest
anything.
image.
It's like it has a tail.
It's like when you see a dog or a cat like ineffectually chewing on something, like half-assing it, and they're just like,
Tell will
smite this boy.
actually, like, while, like, because you can kind of look over it, but only barely. It's like the spider's kind of comes up to here, kind of look to Vaya and be like, oh, well, thanks to your bard for me, and we'll just like jam the blade between the sort of segments, and as he does, just flare of light, damaging yonder creature.
It just plays punk.
Rules for Awakened Shark. The Evergreen Kring will do very similar, kind of like shake the damage off, and also there's this just flare of light.
Oh wow.
Yeah, paladins. Gilwyn.
Yo, that's me. That's Gilwyn. That's me. It's Dean. Is playing him. I don't know what to. How do these spiders next to me look rough?
The swarm is not quite half the size it was before.
Okay.
It's actually a good question to ask about swarms, because it's very quantifiable how many is left.
I just wanted to know if some of them were a bit like breathing heavily, if some of them were missing limbs, retreating, limping away. But I've got
They're drow robot spiders. They ain't running.
Take Jerry to the back.
So it's a little tiny like World War I front line.
Yeah. Oh, poor guys.
They've started digging trenches.
Has this big giant spider just been moving forward unrelentingly, or is it?
It has not been moving.
It's
not moving
trying to
for a
move
while.
forward.
It's only been attacking people directly in the way between.
It's been trying to get Indira out of the way, and then she pieced out. So,
I'm gonna go ahead and do this then. That's full 30, so please hit me if you want.
hit me,
with
baby,
your
one more time.
Spider stick.
That's a hit. Can you give me a Constitution save, Gilwyn?
Of course.
You've got metal spiders on.
If you haven't noticed, I've been watching the MCU. It's like the scene in Ant-Man when the guy's running away from all the bugs.
Yeah.
And they're crawling all up over you. Luckily, the poisons doesn't affect you, and it only deals 3 piercing damage. So you're good.
You just took my advantage away. I'm never gonna hit again.
Get used to it, Doxy. These guys don't give a shit.
They always do this to me.
You need like another fighter who just stands and gives you advantage.
Look what me and Tel are doing.
I need my own punky.
And a first level guiding bolt, at the big old spider again. Fuck my ass off, everybody.
This is a holy place. Control your language. I don't need to tell you that's a miss.
Endgame.
And Orin will actually kind of like look at you and be like, maybe next time try hitting the giant construct that's attacking us.
Fuck you, man.
Oh yeah, that's constructive, thanks.
And he'll kind of shake his head and then charge in because it's clearly trying to advance. Oh, he actually will hit.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, I hope Aaron doesn't die. As much as I don't like him, I do like him.
Vale has no real reason to dislike him.
No, but I'm talking about me.
The king. Ugh.
You just eating lettuce there, Ian.
Fuck yeah, he is.
That's why you can't play Punky the Shark.
Yeah, that needs
wrong
to
with
be
just
raw
eating lettuce?
meats.
Yeah, but sharks don't eat lettuce.
Do
You ever tested me?
mermaids?
Ian's gonna live to like 150.
Basically.
What, just because he eats lettuce?
No, just because every time I see him, he's just eating like a
That's
rabbit.
what he does during streams.
I love it.
It's sensible,
veg.
you know?
It is sensible,
I
yeah.
remember asking a while ago, and it's like, yeah, I just sit here eating healthy stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I respect it. The King of Thundral is just kind of, you know, trying to weave more magic. The waterfall behind him, I haven't even described it. After that barrier stopped, you can almost see it like trying to reform that barrier. The water is like running into the chamber more than it did before, but there's just not enough power there, which he's trying to strengthen. But also strengthening is the spider swarms as they attack Indira and hit. Indira, can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Sure enough.
They're going to deal 3 piercing damage to you, and you don't get poisoned.
They're climbing inside Indira's bum.
That's for Jarviskjir After Dark. Which also stars Erevel Valnir. It's your turn. That's basically what this show is, to be fair. The other show is very sensible.
The minute I showed up, dude. Sorry.
It was already pretty bad. But it was really bad, and then we had Erin, and things calmed down.
Erin.
And then you came, and things got worse. That's a miss.
Is it?
No, it's a hit.
Yay!
Oof.
Oofening.
Your keen rapier, that's magically keen, right?
It's +1 as well.
Yeah.
So yes, it is magical.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's a keen rapier that has been enchanted. +1. Yeah.
Yeah, which means when you do, like, manage to get, and similar to what Telef is doing, go for one of the, smaller, weaker core parts of the anatomy, like, it just cleaves and leaves these big cuts in it. And unlike what you might imagine of this sort of liquid mechanical creature, it's not like refilling the gaps or anything like that. It is, starting to limp. It's starting to struggle and to show the injury.
Now for the finisher. With my non-magical parrying dagger.
Yeah, finisher. It's a hit.
Finisher.
1 damage.
It's a D4. That's a quarter of my maximum damage on that. No problem. That's my turn.
This point, the giant spider just does what it did to Indira before, just claws to the Evergreen King, and that's when he, tumbles to the ground.
Crap.
Not out, but, downed. And then that beam of magic focuses in front of it again, points right at Aaron, who, seeing that, kind of mutters a prayer to the sun and then tries to dodge out of the way, and actually does, but still takes half damage from the thing. And, this is very, like, sci-fi, like, across the ground with the laser.
Like a
just,
reaper.
like, just blowing chunks out of the ground, and Aaron, like, takes the hit, dodging and ducking out of the way. His cloak on fire and such, but similar to the Evergreen King, but not quite as bad, is clearly wounded heavily by that. Serena.
Vale, when he sees that, would shout, Aaron, switch with me!
He'll give you a nod. He doesn't give you a thumbs up. Well, he's a cool dad,
You rest assured that when they switch and Vale dies off this, he's going to be dying, and he's going to go, Indira did this.
Serena's reasonably convinced at this point that this thing just cannot be hit with magic, so she's just she's sulking a bit and just lazily flicks a shadow bolt at it, like, might as well. Even if it wasn't immune to magic or whatever, it doesn't frigging matter because I cannot roll attack rolls.
Your problem appears to be using ranged.
So, Indira, it's your turn.
You say that. Remember on Monday when I attacked the same dwarf 4 times as a monk?
Yeah, watch the Patreon episode from last week to have the highlight of Ian being the most unlucky dude.
On the other hand, you get to see in strength of RPing as 2 characters at once in a single party.
The spider swarm is not destroyed with that attack, but at this point it's less than half the size it was before. The number's low. That's a hit.
like my day.
And with that, you actually finish it off, scraping the last off you that are trying to crawl up and bite into your skin.
I'm gonna run over here and lightning damage this guy.
Oh!
Pizzazz.
It fails as well. It takes it. Punky!
He's got advantage again.
In the
Punky!
Punky like moves down. There's like music going on. Serena takes his like boxer's coat off.
This one is a miss, 5.
Yes!
Punky.
Jane Punky is blessed.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, Punky is not blessed. He is not. This shark made of shadow magic is not blessed by the light of the sun.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why Serena is missing, because she's been blessed by the sun. So she's just like failing. That's what I'm blaming it on.
it's a very good reason. Telef, swings with the blade and actually cuts like a large chunk of the back of the spider off. It just cleaves through, leaving like when hot metal gets red, but it's blue with the magic of the moon blade he strikes with.
That sword's name's Star Sliver, by the way.
Gilwyn.
Excuse me.
Where's Gilwyn? He's up there by the throne. There he is.
Yeah. Contingency plans.
Ready to play Get Down, Mr. President.
Essentially.
The old lookout, sir. Plug it in with the cabin boy.
I'm again going to guiding bolt at Bethel.
Neil just steals all of our luck, Dean.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, Doxy's doing great this time. Only 2 of you are allowed to be lucky in one combat. It's always Neil and someone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
What will happen if we add a 5th person? The equations.
Chaos.
The algorithm.
I'm going to break the 4th wall slightly and inspire Telef. And I'm going to say, hey, if you swapped the E and the O of your last name, you'd get telephones.
That's the most inspirational thing I've ever heard. I feel like I have the strength to carry on about my day now.
I'm inspired. Therefore, tell us.
You're inspired. I just took psychic damage.
Oren is going to move to switch with you.
Yeah.
Splorp.
He can. I'm willingly will.
Yeah,
switch.
yeah. You switch places. Yeah, I get you. And then he is going to. He's straight up going to throw his sword to the ground, and just kind of mutter some prayers, which Vale hears because he's saying it very quickly. You hear him say, like, I can't believe I'm going to do this, and just grab onto the side of the creature and inflict wounds and actually hit.
Yay! Hey! The top dog cleric move.
It's the top dog cleric move. His rolling isn't great.
I heard another name for inflict wounds, which is does my hand smell bad to you?
In Lost Initiative, they called it the bad touch for a little while, which is also pretty good. Yeah, and that actually seems to do really good damage because he kind of grabs right where you've been stabbing with the keen blade, and it just kind of completely destroys some of the joints. Like the back leg kind of like falls off and clatters to the ground. There's no more swarms, so Vale.
Okay then, big boy. Let's see what you've got. I'm gonna stab it in. I'm going for the eyes here. It appears to be the place that the magic's generated from. Whether or not that will affect it, who knows? But I'm going for them. Bless me, Daddy Rulius.
Oh no.
It's a miss.
Oh, no.
Like, you try and stab into the thing, and whatever metal this thing is made of is incredibly tough. just kind of slides up the smooth architecture of this thing's face. And you just
It wasn't expecting
Jab!
the carrying dagger. Bam!
Yeah, I mean, it's not, sadly it's not magical damage.
Yeah, I know.
Is the downside. Hey, Vale. It's going to attack you. It's going to hit its first attack. For... That's going to be 16 slashing damage.
So 8.
Yeah. And then it's going to hit its second attack. For 15 slashing damage.
Oh, I made the right decision.
And then the beams kind of form in front of its eyes, and then they change from red to blue. And can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Oh, that's
remember you have Bless.
Your mechanical beholder is cruel, my friend.
It's clearly a spider.
Oh dear.
The blast kind of hits you, and it's not even like a laser like the last one. It's kind of like this concussive blast, and hey, oh, he's still hit. And you are paralyzed. You literally just like fall down, and it will just start moving like over you. Meaning, Indira, you get an attack of opportunity if you wish to use it.
Hell yeah, I fucking do.
Does Punky get attack of opportunities?
He does on his target, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to have advantage on that?
Yeah, go re-roll it.
Sorry.
Would Punky technically have advantage?
No, because Vale was down.
No, but he would because we're in Deer.
Oh, yeah.
He's got pack tactics as well.
He doesn't have pack tactics, no.
He would have advantage because of Indira, you're right. Telef actually used your inspiration you gave him to hit there.
Nice.
Funnily enough.
Now my luck has spread to Punky.
It's almost like Punky is your shark.
Funny
Maybe
that.
Punky gave it back.
Maybe.
And while the
holding out much
spider
hope.
does just straight up walk over Vale, it's clearly slowing down. It's missing several of its legs. It's like creaking and groaning even more. There's kind of like these sparks of magic that come off it occasionally. It's clearly incredibly injured. Serena.
10-foot radius at that point.
Yeah, don't hit the king of Thunderall with an AoE attack.
No, what I'm trying to do is I'm seeing if I get a maelstrom position to try and pull the spider away from him. I don't think I can.
I don't think so either.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Noxie.
Sneezing
Bless
is
you, my
natural.
child.
I want to do something useful. I haven't got anything useful to do.
Save me. I don't know. You probably don't have magics for that.
No, I have no magic for that.
Yeah, that's more kills.
She's a shadow sorcerer.
Yeah.
Healing
I
is
kill
not in her
things.
wheelhouse.
I was paralyzed by a bright blue light. By showing me a really dark blue light, it counteracts it. Come on.
Dark orange light.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's total opposites.
Yeah.
I mean it depends how our
Color
magical
wheel,
humors
Neil.
work.
Come on.
Depends how our magical humors work, right?
The only magical humor we have here is
Dean
Gillian
Cuddy.
Gallagher. I was gonna say Dean Cuddy, but then Dean just made a telephone joke. So
It's true.
come on, Ian.
I'm debating whether to summon the storm. I think Serena is just bored enough at this point. She would summon the storm across like this side so that it's not going to hit anyone out. It's not going to actually catch anyone in the storm.
It wasn't a joke, it was just a factoid.
Very inspirational.
It's
one
just that
with
everything you say is a fucking joke.
Ouch.
We're not here to play friends. It's Dungeons and Dragons, not Dungeon and Friends.
Does that mean like we're the dragons? If the dragons and friends is interchangeable, we're just dragons instead.
So like that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. It's well, the problem is that It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Does that count the spider is in there?
But yes.
Okay, in that case, it has to beat the DC 15 strength save on appearance.
15. It gets a 16.
Of course
Does
it
take half
does.
damage.
Oh.
And then I get advantage on the attack roll with the bonus action, and I miss anyway.
Bless.
Bless.
You can do it. I believe.
Yay! It's a hit.
Does that hit and not just bounce off the thing because it's immune to magic somehow?
It's never been immune to magic.
I just suck.
You've just missed continuously.
Well, I do.
And it had a barrier against all damage, not
I would
magic
say
level.
it's probably because it's similar to a ship in composition, Ian, and that's your down. That's like your bane.
Yeah.
Inanimate
metal.
objects.
Inanimate objects, yes.
Yeah, and next time we play Stars What Number,
Yeah.
Ian is not allowed to be the gutter. He'd be like the comms officer or someone who doesn't have to roll anything. Next up is Arena Indira. It's good enough.
Arena's a good enough name.
Hello, Mr. Spider.
Arena is a good name for a barbarian.
I am
Every
here.
fight I have is the arena. Smack. You've got bless. You can add a
Arena's in my
D4 for that.
heart.
I don't know. Even with the bless, can I hit it?
Yeah, it's an AC 18. Go, my child. You
It's
can't
a
hit. it.
Fuck me. All right. Well, I'm still gonna hit. I'm still gonna hit it again.
That's a hit.
That'll do it.
You got rid of a 1 as well. With your advantage, you managed to dodge that fat 1.
Yeah. And then we're gonna lightning this boy.
Pizzap.
And with that lightning, after you hack into it, the lightning damage kills it. How do you want to do this?
You just can't tell what sparks are coming from me and what are coming from this broken machine of a spider anymore, and smoke starts coming out of it.
And it will
That's it.
collapse
Whoa.
to the ground.
It just self-destructed. No one got the killing blow on this thing.
Just gave out.
That's
Meanwhile,
crazy.
Vale's having like a light-induced seizure on the spot.
Grab his tongue, grab his tongue.
Watch like one of those dodgy animes. All right,
That
we're
was
gonna.
one episode.
Yeah,
Blitzed one straight into my brain. Just
and because Drow are like themed on Japan, it totally makes sense.
yeah.
It's all connected. Don't doubt me. All right, we're gonna take a break and be back to this mess of a show in like 5 minutes.
It's a hot mess, though. You can't argue that one.
Glorious.